You are listening to 5-Minute Meditations. Hello and welcome back. This is your host Chandra. Yesterday was the Vedic festival, the Vedic holy day called Balaram Purnima. It is the avatar day of Balaram, who's Krishna or God's brother, who is an avatar, an incarnation of his own self, of Krishna himself. Now one may question, how does God, first of all, have a form or personality, and how does he have a brother? Now one key principle in the philosophy of the Vedas, described in the Vedanta Sutra, is Janmad Asya Yataha, which means the source of everything is the source of everything. God is the source of everything. So similarly, just like if sunlight has heat, then what does that tell us about the sun? The sun must be very hot. If sunlight has luminosity, what does it tell us about the sun? It must be very luminous. So if I'm a person, then God is certainly a person. And if I have various relationships with other persons that I associate with, then God certainly has that. And speaking of associates, I have a very good friend who recently moved to Dallas. And so today's lesson is about that influence or association. Just today I got a job contracting as a copyright for a marketing company, and it brings up the idea of influence. I once saw a magician. He invited a marketing company, some representatives of a marketing company, some entrepreneurial visionaries who come up with the branding, come up with the ideas, to his office to do an experiment of he had a company that he was inventing just for the purpose of an experiment. The company was a line of taxidermy shops, stuffed dead animals. It was just a joke. Now he invited them to his office. He said, make an ad for this. Draw a picture, give the business a name, give it a byline. So they drew a bear with wings in the heavens with a harp in front of the pearly gates, and it said Animal Heaven, where the animals go after. And he said, okay, when you're done with your proposal, open up this envelope. So they opened up the envelope, and what did they see? It was a bear in the heavens with a harp in front of the pearly gates, and it said Animal Heaven, and the line after said something very similar, but not exactly written in the same wording. So how did he do this? Was he forcing his consciousness on them? No, it was actually quite simple. He planted different things that they would see on their taxi ride from his office to their office. So as they drove past the zoo, some young kids, actors, wearing the logo of the zoo were walking in front of his car with the kind of large gate logo of the zoo. And they went past a music shop. There was a harp in the window. They went past the animal hospital. As they came to his office on the first floor, a courier came out of the office with a package in his arms with wings drawn on the package. So while they were there, they were thinking that this was their own independent creation that was springing forth from their intelligence and creativity. But actually they were just performing the task that he had set for them to do. So when we are in Sattva Gun, we're in the mode of goodness. We have some breath room of being able to examine our thoughts. When we're in the mode of passion, we're absorbed, worrying and planning for the future. And we're in the mode of ignorance or tamas. We are worrying or lamenting about the past. So we want to come to that stage where we can take a breath between our thoughts and see, is this actually my self's desire, or is this just an impulse from previous impressions? Hari Om Tat Sat. Thanks a lot. Hare Krishna.